This is a quick, fun little article from Inside Hook and Kill a Kip. You should be having more chair sex. Yeah, sex in a chair. So she talked about how she was kind of inspired reading a book called The Boleyn Inheritance, the medieval family, the Henry VIII, and in the story called The Other Boleyn Girl, at the end of the novel, Henry VIII's doomed fifth wife, Catherine Howard, has adulterous and ultimately fatal sex with a similarly doomed courtier, Thomas Culpeper, straddling him as he sits in a high back chair. So she says that chair sex offers the perfect blend of novelty and feasibility. Two key but often overlooked tenets of good sex. While the premise is relatively simple, you have sex on a chair, there's more variety and finesse to chair-based sex than meets the eye. But then again, it's like sex in the seated position, which is where you always think about, like where somebody might want to have sex where your partner is seated on the dryer and the spin cycle is going, or the washer, right? The clothes washer. She's kindly outlined some tips from a noted chair sex enthusiast and a few other experts on executing the chair-based sex session of your fantasies. Here we go. Number 1, cowgirl against the wall, or called the lap dance. They're funny. The person on the bottom, the person penetrating, sits legs together in an armless chair, knees touching the wall. The person on top, being penetrated, straddles the giver's lap and lowers themselves down onto their partner while keeping themselves steady by pressing their upper back against the wall and undulating their hips for unique penetrative experience. Kayla, I love you. I don't know how you made this sound so clinical without being so dirty about it, but it's such a dirty thing they were talking about. And there we go. Oh, by the way, she talked to a PhD, author of Becoming Cliterate and A Tired Woman's Guide to Passionate Sex. And she says, quote, when it comes to chair or couch sex, there are many possible positions and cowgirl isn't the only one. Next of 4 options they have here for chair sex is chair back bliss, or called the Iron Throne. Was like Game of Thrones here? The receiver penetration leans over the chair's back and the penetrating partner enters from behind. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah, like it's a Iron Throne. Oh boy. Doggy chair style. The penetrating partner stands behind, entering while the receiving partner is standing, bent at the waist in front of the chair. And the partner being penetrated holds onto the chair. So yeah, the other part. So Iron Throne is you're on the chair, you're leaning against the back of the chair, like a high back chair. And then it's doggy style, or just, you're getting it from behind. Then the doggy style, you're bent down on the chair. Got it. Backwards fun, also called zeal. The penetrating partner sits in a chair, leans their body back, and rests their head on the chair back. The partner being penetrated sits on the bottom partner with their back to them and tilts their body slightly forward with palms resting on their partner's knees. And then they talk about oral, but I'm not going to get into that. It's important not to limit your chair-based exploration to penetrative sex alone. But like how many times you see in movies where you always see somebody being put up on something and then having sex? Because positions are important. And, we already know that people don't want to do just missionary. And obviously, when you look on TV, it's always something about, well, we're doing it somewhere else. You know what is the best the best example of this? Just watch Shameless. They always had some gratuitous sex scene where there's always somebody doing, having some kind of sex wherever it is on some position. And it's always in a seated position as well, or something like that. Like you always notice that's always going on. There's a lot of sex on Shameless. And of course, a lot of other shows in the same way. So you just keep that in mind. Anyway, short episode here of When I'm Not Podcasting, and I'll talk to you next time.